Hi guys, and welcome to our channel. My name is Kim,
And I'm Lee.
and together we're known as Kaylee Couple. Yeah, so today we'll be talking about my labor and delivery experience. It's a little summary. Halfway through my pregnancy, I became high risk and I spent a lot of time in the hospital. Instead of being on a normal pregnancy ward, I was put on a premature ward. Move forward to the labor part. I was home on a Wednesday. Everything was great.
And I was at work doing
Yeah,
this.
he was at work and it went by normal for me. It was after 7. I was watching Criminal Minds. Felt like peeing. And by the moment I stood up, the water kept trickling down. I walked fast to the bathroom, went over the toilet, let it do its thing, and it was taking a good while. And then finally I wiped, and when I wiped, it was green all over the toilet paper and bloody. Red plug, I forgot the name. I thought it was meconium, which is the baby poo, but I wasn't sure because I've had different experience before, earlier with the pregnancy. So I called him and I told him what was happening, and then he asked me if I think I was going into labor, and I said I'm not sure
Because we thought we were still 3-4 weeks away from full term. That's why
because I was 34 plus at the time, and he asked me if I was in labor, and I said I wasn't sure. I think I'd have to go to the hospital and find out, like go to the triage and explain what was going on with me, and I'll be able to know. So he said okay. My brother was there at the time, so we were getting ready, and then my brother phoned. No, he was getting an Uber for us online. He was outside waiting, and then he said something went wrong. It's not going through. I called him back and I was explaining, and then he said he just finished work, if I wanted to wait for him. I mean, you're an hour away, it's gonna take long, so I think we're gonna catch the bus. And he was like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. We took me and my brother went to the bus stop, and I was in kind of a little pain, like more like period cramp pain. The bus was finally coming. We waved the bus down, but the bus driver looked at us and kept driving, and I'm like, huh, this is weird, what's going on? Only to find out that we were on the wrong side of the road. We should have been on the other side, and that's why,
I remember that.
yeah, that's why it didn't stop. So we went across, and then we looked on the board to see what time the next bus was coming, and it was like 8 to 12 minutes, and I was like, wow, I have to wait this long, and plus it was freezing cold outside. So he tried the Uber again, and luckily this time the Uber went through. So he told the Uber to meet us at the bus stop. So we were waiting. It took like 2 minutes. I brought a towel with me just in case I was still leaking. I wouldn't want to mess up the bus if I took the bus or the Uber car seat. So I put it down and I sat on that, and then we were on our way to the hospital.
Advice by Adult Nappy. In advance, I think.
You're so random.
I know.
So we reached. We thanked the Uber driver. Went to the triage. There was a lot of people in there. Explained them my situation. I showed them the picture that I took, and they said that it looked like meconium. They put me in a room to check me out to see really what was going on, and they told me that some nurse was gonna come and check me. So I was there for a while. I was on the phone with him all the time. So he was making his way back home to take his car to come to the hospital.
Oh, I did not waste time. I got down there within 5 minutes. And I reached back home, and it normally take me 15 minutes to get to you.
They asked me how I was feeling. I explained to them. They asked me how far along I was. Told them, and then they hooked me up to the machine. I cannot remember the name. You know what? Since the pregnancy, my memory has been up and down, and I forgot a lot of stuff. So I don't remember the name, but it's where they put the thing on your belly to check the heartbeat of the baby.
The monitor.
Yeah, but it have a name, and I don't remember it.
Heartbeat monitor.
Whatever. So they hooked me up to that, and then after they came, they used a smaller device to check and see if the baby was face down, and that was good. He was. Then they said that they will come back later to check my cervix with a speculum. So after a while they went, came back, they did that, and then they checked, and then they did say my water broke, and what came out was the meconium, so the baby poo. So they said if I did not go into labor soon, they will have to induce me because it would have been bad for the baby. As we were about to leave, he came, so he made it just in time.
I was back there 10 minutes before you took you away.
Yeah. Him and my brother took my stuff, and then they follow along. They put me in a room. So we were there. They put me in a room. I went to pee. They hooked me up again to the machine just to keep an eye on everything. Yeah. We were just there talking, and he was videoing me looking all crazy.
Yeah, I still got that clip.
Yeah. Midwife, she was talking to us, and I was like, I don't want no epidural. The most I would take is air and gas. And she was like, okay, yeah, fine, sure. So yeah, I was feeling a cramp a little bit more. I told her that. And then they checked me again. These doctors that came in checked me to see how far dilated I was. And I'm not sure, was it 3 or 5 centimeter dilated? Do you remember?
4.
Yeah, I think they said I was 4 centimeter dilated.
Yeah, it was 4, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, they said I was 4 centimeter dilated, and if anything, they would have had to induce me to make it faster. So they left, and then the midwife came back in. So when she came in, she told me to turn on my side, and at this point is where I started to feel pain. Like the pain came in hard and fast. And oh no, that is when they checked me to see how far I was. And then they made the decision, wasn't it?
No. She checked, and then she's using pain. So she said to you, you turn sideways, it'd be more comfortable for you as you try to turn sideways using pain.
Okay, yeah.
And then she noticed the heart rate was dropping on the baby.
Yeah, so I was feeling pain, and then she told me to turn on the side. And as I was turning on the side is when the pain hit me the worst. She was telling me to turn back, like trying, and then I was like, I can't. The pain was beginning to be intense. She told him to hit the emergency button. You like that part, didn't you? When he did that,
in 3 seconds,
a lot of people came in. Seriously, you have the NICU, you have the midwives, you have the doctors.
I'm getting goosebumps just remembering that said that.
I know. It was so terrifying at that point.
One button, 3 seconds, at least.
They're very efficient in that part.
They all ran in.
Yeah. And then it was telling me to do things. You have doctors saying this, doctor saying this. I'm hearing noise all over the place, and all I'm feeling is pain and want to get this pain over with. I told him, but I was hearing what was going on, that the baby heart rate is dropping, that they need to do something quick. I wasn't dilated soon enough, and I guess it led to an emergency C-section. The doctor came in with a paper. She was reading it to me. But I couldn't really.
I just want to sign that paper.
I couldn't pay attention, and then she told me I had to sign, and I was like, I can't sign, with more pain in my voice. And then she was telling me you have to, or else they won't be able to do the C-section. Anyways, they gave me the pen. I was able to sign, and then they whisked me off into the theater room. It was in the delivery room still.
Yeah.
So I was on the bed being carried. All I was seeing was white light. In and out because I was feeling so much pain.
I put on that green.
Oh, that's what they gave you. I don't even know what was happening with you.
Yeah, I was just in that room. They gave me saying, "So you need to wear this," and I was getting undressed.
Then they put me onto the bed.
At this point, I don't know where you were.
Yeah, he don't know. He wasn't there yet.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
They told me what they were going to do.
They told me. You said that way before.
They told me. They said they was going to stick a needle inside my back to numb me from my waist down. It's very similar to epidural. That part was hard because I was in a lot of pain. The lady in front of me was telling me I need to hold still. So I need to hold my back like a banana and hold my head up. It was pretty difficult at that time. And then
that can be a little dance move.
And the doctor behind told me not to move, because if I move, it could get worse. Things could go south. So I'm in my head having fear because I don't want to move. But the pain in my belly is making my body move. It's kind of like I don't have any control.
Actually, I was there when they injected you with the needle.
Did you come at that point?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did come at a later time.
Yeah, I was there.
And then he was telling me, babe, try to be still. And in my head, I'm like, what? You're not in my shoes. You have no idea what I'm going through. I am trying to stay still.
They're trying to get you to stay still.
So he's telling me to stay still. The woman is in front of me is telling me to stay still. And I'm like, I'm trying, but my body is not allowing me. I managed. And then I felt it going in. And then I was like, oh. Now there was like, wait, don't move. I had to do it a second time again. Finally, that part was over. They put me to lay down back. And during all this process, I felt like throwing up. But I didn't at that time. I think they said it was supposed to take 5 minutes to set in for me to feel numb. So every couple seconds, they kept asking me how I was feeling. And then they were spraying me with a freeze spray. They sprayed here for me to feel it. And then they sprayed on my legs down to see if I would feel it too. Because my biggest fear was to feel that, like them starting it and me feeling it, because I would have screamed. So anyways, it worked. I wasn't feeling it. Then they'd put the thing across where they would get down into business, and then he was there holding my hand, telling me everything was gonna be okay, just trying to be positive. I told him I felt like throwing up. He told the doctor, gave him a paper bowl. They put it by my mouth, and as they put it by my mouth, I threw up. I felt it since I was in the delivery room.
At the time they were cutting.
Yeah, so I began to feel a little better because I wasn't feeling the pain anymore. I just wanted to hear my baby. I just wanted to know that he was okay. He come out crying. Yeah, it's so weird. And I was like, as it was inside me, I couldn't see, but we were hearing squishiness. Well, you could have, I couldn't. Squishiness. So you know.
You hear water bag coming out.
You heard it, yeah. So after everything, you heard a faintish cry. And then I looked at him and my heart melted because I was like, he's here. They went put him on the table, wipe him down, and then they brought him to me for a few seconds for me to see him. They brought him back to the table
because he was breathing too fast.
They told me after that they would have to bring him to the NICU because he wasn't breathing well.
He was breathing too fast. I
said, yeah, okay, I understand, because they did already explain this to me, so I knew the outcome if that were the case. So then they asked him if he wanted to join them. He was saying no. I was like, babe, no, you should go with them.
Well, you was in pain, so...
Yeah, he said that, and then I was like, I'll be fine. Just make sure the baby's okay.
When I saw him, my heart melted.
Yeah, he went, he cut the, he video.
It's like cutting a plastic tube.
He did video it. He videoed Kai some more, so I'll be able to see him. He came back, and he showed him to me, and I was like, oh, he's so cute. So he left. They left. Nurses was talking to me.
Away from you for
nearly
for an hour.
Yeah, I didn't see him for almost an hour. They was getting me back in order, sewing me up. I think this took probably like half an hour. I don't even remember. And they put me back on a bed. They pushed me to the recovery room, hooked me up to the machine to make sure I was okay. And I had to wait there until him and the baby came back. I was on the phone with my parents, and then they came, and I was like happy finally seeing him and seeing my baby again. And I held him. The feeling of I still cannot believe that I'm a mom. I still can't believe that he's here, finally here. My biggest worries was that he wouldn't make it, but to see that he did make it and he's in my arms was just amazing, pretty amazing. We laughed, we talked, still talking to my parents. He was doing craziness, of course, as usual. And he had the baby like this, just looking at him because he couldn't believe it too. There was the midwife there on the computer. She came, she checked him, and then she said that his breathing is still not good. So when we reach the maternity ward, someone from the NICU would come and check him out. So I was like, okay. Well, we stayed there for a while. We were waiting for one of the guys to come and push me to the maternity ward. It took a while because I guess they were busy. As he came, went to the maternity ward, and at this point, it's like after 3 a.m. He was in his little cot. He was next to me. For a while, the NICU guy came. He took a sample of blood from his heel. Then he went back, said that they have to put him on a ventilator because his breathing still wasn't good enough. They don't know how long he was going to be on it. They took him to the NICU. They had the pee bag on me, which I didn't even know they put on. I was so fascinated to know that it's there, and I couldn't feel it because the drugs hadn't wore off as yet. But anyways, that's my delivery story. But to be honest, I have so much to say about this pregnancy. Maybe I'll make another video on it because there's so much to go through. Like, first, it was the first part is my pregnancy, the second part is the labor and delivery, and the third part is the recovering stage. The recovering was just a mess for me. Emergency C-section I didn't see coming. In the end, I'm just happy he's here and he's healthy and he's big. He was so premature at 34 plus. He was a small little thing. Now he's so big. He became big within a month. Many of his premature clothes that we got,
we didn't get to use them.
We didn't get to use because he got big so fast.
So they're going to charity.
Anyways, I hope you enjoy our story.
Oh, your story.
Thank you for watching.
And don't forget to like and
subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy.
see you soon.
Bye.